South Korea has now alleged that North Korea might be possessing up to 2 tons of highly enriched uranium that is enough to produce a significant number of nuclear weapons. According to South Korea's unification minister, intelligence agencies now estimate Pyongyang's uranium stockpile to be over 90% pure and operating across 4 enrichment sites. He said only 5 to 6 kilograms of plutonium is enough to build a single nuclear bomb, adding that the estimated 2,000 kilograms of uranium could be used for plutonium production. Despite international sanctions, North Korea continues its nuclear development, with its leader Kim Jong-un recently expressing openness to talks with the US. Dr. Sanjay Kumar is on the telecast with me. Dr. Kumar, in wake of the North Korean leader speaking about how he is ready to hold talks with the US President Donald Trump on the condition that the US President does not force North Korea to freeze its nuclear assets. Now, South Korea, on the other hand, says that it is willing to accept the talks and accept the deal between America and North Korea if United States forces North Korea to freeze its nuclear assets. What is likely to happen with regards to the stalemate that we are seeing over the nuclear weapons that North Korea possesses?
Well, this is South Korea's position. So, frankly speaking, nothing would change in coming years. I strongly say, because as you correctly pointed out, that North Korea is trying to talk to the US president and US, but not to South Korea. And even when they are ready to talk to US, it is on a very strong condition, very broad condition of not to talk about denuclearization. We had been talking in this program also before that it is oxygen for North Korea. So they cannot denuclearize themselves. Despite sanctions, they have been testing, enriching. There are reports, there will be reports, but it looks very unrealistic for them to agree with denuclearization. So that is why, to me, it looks impossible in coming years. And
okay.
South Korean version has to be taken as a position of South Korea.
Right, absolutely. How is the world, particularly the West, going to deter North Korea from enriching its new uranium stockpiles, even as North Korean leader Kim Jong-un continues to say that it has built additional nuclear weapons and nothing is going to stop it from building more?
From Western perspective, denuclearization of North Korea is a must thing to be done. From UN members, it has been always criticized that many countries are overlooking. The United Nations Security Council is sometimes overlooking this nuclear armed North Korea, which is kind of illegal. They have sanctioned, but nothing has happened, and North Korea has been enriching uranium. There were many reports, many kind of findings, but it is becoming dangerous right now because it has nothing to do only with the Western perspective. It has to do with the Eastern and the peaceful nations and like-minded countries perspective also, because it has to be noted that just last year, North Korea and Russia has come into picture. They have signed a defense agreement. So if Russia and China, if they are not going to oppose North Korea when it comes to denuclearization, or if their tone is softer, then it is going to be a very concerning thing in long run.
Right,
and
absolutely.
It is not going to be
South Korea at this point in time coming to some sort of a compromise, saying that it is not plausible right now to ask North Korea to denuclearize, but what is acceptable to South Korea is that the nuclear weapons, the enrichment plants be frozen. Do you think this is acceptable to North Korea?
North Korea is not going to accept anything which is coming out from South Korean perspective, because they have considered South Korea as principal enemy, and they would retain that. And it is not just because retaining the foreign policy of North Korea towards South Korea, but it is about retaining the regime, retaining the Kim Jong-un regime. So to protect the regime, they will go up to any extent, and they will not agree to any of the terms, and they would not like to undergo any kind of agreement. They will, they would love to talk to US. They would like to engage in dialogue for their own like personal peer exercise. That Kim Jong Un has also said that he has a very good personal relation with the with President Trump. So these things will go in that direction, but nothing close is going to be achieved. This is my
Okay.
like, yeah,
Okay.
I want
All right.
it to be achieved, but
Right.
unfortunately it is
Thank
not.
you very much for joining us on the telecast and giving us your perspective. All right. On that note, I slip into a short break.